Hey there, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. So it is Oracle Tuesday, Tarot Tuesday, however you want to call it. And yes, you guessed it, I'm going to be using my handy dandy Marissa Moments self-made Oracle deck. So let's fast forward this because nobody needs to see the shuffle. Okie dokie, so I have 4 cards. Keep going, we need you. Yes, you. You're creating new and unnecessary obligations again. Differentiate true from created responsibility. Aw. And ideas without actions are like dreams. They disappear when you wake. Now, let's get into it because this is very informational, right? Well, first and foremost, if you feel like, okay, I feel like this is in relation to like a business, right? Okay. And Spirit just caught my eye to a bottom of the deck card. So I guess Spirit wants you to have this one too. Your programming is telling you to anticipate failure, but it's lying. Okay, so I'm going to add that in the picture somewhere or something. But anyway, so this feels like it's very business related, right? Very like entrepreneurial. How do you say that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can't tell me right now anyway. Put the phonetics in the comments. Keep going. What I feel is that whatever you have been working towards, you have been really, really tempted to quit because you're not getting the results that you want. But what Spirit is saying is that it's because you're creating new and unnecessary obligations. What I feel is that you're not necessarily focused on so Spirit is showing me almost like an arrow going back and saying, go back to the start, go back to the start, go back to your reasons why, go back to the things that you told yourself you were going to do. Go back to what I hear is your mission statement. Focus on your mission statement because what I see is almost like there's a whole lot of extra stuff that's been coming in. And just because it's easy is what I hear. Just because it's easy for you, you've decided to add it on. But then at the end of the day, you start feeling overwhelmed because now I've got all this stuff to do, right? But you're creating new and unnecessary obligations. And then Spirit, just in case you didn't hear that one, is saying, listen, differentiate between true and created responsibility. Hello, basically saying the exact same thing 2 different ways. Spirit is saying you keep adding and adding to your plate. It's like Spirit is showing me you at a buffet, right? And you have a plate and then you're like, oh, I want that. But then I want that, but I want that. And so your plate is literally stacked up. And now you're looking for a second plate. You're stacking that up and still trying to figure out how to balance all this stuff. And then by the time you get to the table, you're like, how am I supposed to eat all this? Right? And you can't take a doggy bag. So now you're stuck. You got all this stuff. You're feeling overwhelmed. Before you even dive in for that first bite, you're ready to walk out of there because it's too much. But what Spirit is saying is just stay focused. Stay focused. Go back to the original mission statement. And if you don't have an original mission statement, maybe this is your sign to say, do that. Make your business plan. Get focused because I do feel like this is very business related, right? But you have to get rid of those outside distractions. Now, of course, there are certain times what I hear to share is that sometimes you want to have intentional distractions, but they are ways to channel your energy. So that way, like going to an exercise class, watching a single show. Now, we're not talking about a series. Now, I do that all the time. I'm the consumer when it comes down to watching series. But what I hear for you is that get focused. That excess energy and the time where you feel like I need to step away from whatever it is that you're doing, then get into something that is still positive, something that will still lead you to your higher self and put you in a place and space where you feel good about yourself. And then what I'm also, well, this card is saying that you also receive like a lot of downloads in terms of ideas, right? However, it's almost like you're just juggling all these things and you're picking ideas that have nothing to do, again, with the mission statement. I keep coming back to mission statement, being very focused, being very direct, very intentional is what I hear, right? And so if you don't start taking action on the ideas that actually matter as they relate to your original mission statement, then you might as well throw it in the trash. Don't even bother writing it down because you're not going to do it. Now, this is Spirit is really calling you out on this one, saying that whatever that plan that you originally started with, it is necessary to this world. It is necessary to those around you. You are taking things from a new angle, a new approach, and that's your gift to society. That's your gift to the world, right? And however, if you continuously allow yourself to be distracted by adding nonsense to your plate, we're going back to that buffet. You keep adding stuff that you know you don't even want to eat, but you're saying, oh, you know what? I saw that on somebody's post, so now I'm going to add it to my plate anyway. It has nothing to do with you. Stay away from it. Keep walking. Spirit is very funny with this one. So bottom line to this bottom line. Oh, and then Spirit just reminded me, don't forget the bottom deck card. Okay. And your programming is telling you, oh, okay, Spirit. So what God, Gaia, ancestors, angels, and saints are also saying is that the reason why you keep adding all type of stuff to your plate is because you're fearing failure. You're fearing failure. You're fearing that once you start being very focused and go down that singular track, then you're more likely to fail. But what I receive is that that's your road to success. So you have to stop going off on all these separate detours is what I'm seeing. It's almost like train tracks that are just crossing over each other, and to the point where it's almost like stacked up. And once you get stacked up, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but what I received to share with you is that once you stack up all those tracks, then the train can't go. It can't go. The forward momentum slows down. It stops. So what you have to do is take out all of those distractions, take them out, boop, boop, and boop, pull them out of there, and then get focused. Write that mission statement, return back to that mission statement, and know, trust, and believe that anything that is telling you that you are going to fail before you even get started is a part of your toxic programming, and you need to take that and ball it up and throw it in the trash. Got that? So that's it. Tomato.